Connor McKimmey has been waiting to put on this helmet for years. The helmet of a Division I school lacrosse player.
When I was in 4th grade, I've been waiting to play Division I lacrosse.
All athletes must work hard to play at a higher level, but Connor's journey was almost cut short. On December 21st, 2008, a date night by the fire at his childhood home took a turn for the worse. When Connor was just 13 years old, this fire pit exploded on him and burned 89% of his body. Although it changed his life forever, Connor has not let it define him. Connor spent 8 weeks in a medicated coma after beating the odds of a less than 1% chance of survival.
So Connor's was the most severe that I have seen, even since then. So I have not seen that severity of burn.
But the hardest part of his journey came down to facing his own reflection.
I mean, I couldn't love myself. It's that simple. I couldn't look in the mirror and accept what I saw.
Connor remembers the moment he stopped looking at himself like a victim and instead saw the reflection of a survivor.
There's nothing I can do to change what has happened. So how are we going to deal with this heading on? And so one of my first things was I looked at my parents and I was like, when can I play lacrosse?
He remembers relearning to stand, then walk, and best of all, to run.
I couldn't stop smiling, I think, for a couple of days because I knew that was the final step for me. It was I needed to be able to run.
And Connor continued to run, right onto his high school lacrosse field where the team won a state championship.
If I was to see his chart and then say his medical chart and look at his information, I would never believe that he could do what he can do today.
Connor is now a junior at High Point University where he has bonded with the lacrosse coach.
He's special, there's no doubt about that. But I don't see him as special because of what happened to him. I see him as special as to the way he attacks every day.
Torby first gave Connor a chance to attack an opportunity as manager of the school's lacrosse team. Torby hung a quote from Connor after the first time he played lacrosse since his accident in the High Point locker room.
That had me thinking all last year, am I having the best day if I'm not playing? All I wanted to do was come out and play with the guys. I spent so much time with them. I wanted to just go to the trenches and work like they worked.
Connor grew the courage to ask to be a part of the team.
And after watching him play, he's a guy that we believe can help our team. And there was no pause, there was no hesitation. It was an absolutely, let's get this thing done and let's get you out there.
And now his dreams have come true.
You can do anything you put your mind to. It takes a whole lot of sacrifice and, a whole lot of drive and determination. But if you really want anything in this life, you can go out and get it.
Madison Kello, Carolina News.
I say you should have just killed me because I can't do this.
I was just like, this can't be real. There's no way.
It's hard, I guess, to put into words, when someone tells you that has happened to them.
A situation so bad that you would rather die than stay in that situation, that's a scary feeling.
First things first, we the realest. And we bout to make the whole world feel it. Great season coming this year, we bout to kill it. Gamecock fans, raise your hands to the ceiling. Cause y'all ain't never seen a squad like this. Grind early in the morning, go hard like this. Couple squats, couple plays, couple sprints. We bout to have that ring shining on our fists.
When you need him in the run game, Clowney comes through. I'm sure you remember him. Seven came in there like Superman. Here's Clowney. There's number 1. Clowney laid the wood on him. Nobody fooled, not big number 7.
It's just a blessing to be a part of somebody's life who's dealing with a lot.
This is AJ.
I can't explain what the connection between the two of them, but I've never seen her. She's never been that close to anybody else besides family members. But he's just a wonderful young man. He's just a great person.
When I was looking at South Carolina, there was probably one player that stood out above the rest.
He loves supporting his fellow student athletes and being a member of this community.
Tiago, he really tries to bring out the best in people.
He's come a long way since that very first day as an 18-year-old freshman that didn't speak English.
I'm very outgoing, I'm very extrovert and very passionate about it. I'm very loud.
The can 32.5-inch vertical jump showed that type of explosiveness.
AJ Cann, he's on the top of the possible prospects coming out of South Carolina.
We said this about Nick Jones, not the fastest.
Me being so small, I have to have a big heart.
Not the biggest by far at 5'7".
I mean, I believe in myself. I believe I have one of the biggest hearts on the team.
But he just makes plays. That's all he does.
He's really motivated by people that say he can't do something, and I think that's what fuels him.
Shaw stepping up in the pocket, throwing, corner of the end zone, caught. Touchdown Carolina. Touchdown Nick Jones.